Let's bring in Jordan Fabian. He is a White House correspondent for The Hill, and he joins us now from Washington. Jordan, we'll get to health care in a minute, but let's begin with the portion of the president's 2005 tax return that was leaked yesterday and then confirmed by the White House. We know you've been reporting on the documents, so tell us what is standing out to you and the questions that you and others still want answered.
Well, the mere fact that we even have this piece of personal financial information from President Trump is notable. He did not release his tax returns like presidential candidates have for decades. So a lot of his personal financial details, we've been left in the dark about them. What we know now is that he made $150 million that year and paid $36.5 million in personal income tax. Now, that kind of proves that, President Trump's claim that, yes, he makes a lot of money and he paid a lot in taxes. In fact, the rate he paid was more than twice that of Mitt Romney, the 2012 GOP presidential nominee. But what we don't know is where the money came from. We only got 2 pages of those tax returns, so there's no information about the sources of income for President Trump. And these are things that critics say could reveal some financial entanglements or conflicts of interest that they've long been looking for in these tax returns. So this is sort of a first step in discovering more about President Trump's finances.
So, as Vlad mentioned, the White House confirmed the numbers found in this 2-page tax document. So they said, yeah, these numbers are accurate. But then this morning we get a tweet from the president. He called the reporter somebody that no one ever heard of, and that's just not true. He's a Pulitzer Prize winning reporter, but he also called this fake news. Isn't there a bit of a disconnect? You have the White House confirming the numbers, but then the president dismissing them?
Absolutely. Look, this term fake news has almost lost all meaning at this point. What President Trump and some of his allies have used it, what they're using it basically to decry stories they don't like. So the notion that we're taking this phrase literally, fake news, is a little silly at this point in time. It's a little disconcerting when you use terms like that, given the fact that, like you said, the White House confirmed the details, and this reporter has decades of experience reporting on tax issues.
Meanwhile, Jordan, the president is hitting the road today in an effort to sell the Republican health care plan, and he's trying to sell a bill that Senator Lindsey Graham referred to as mortally wounded in an interview this morning. So is the president risking going all in on a bill that may not have a chance at reaching his desk, or is this a way to drum up support from supporters and perhaps even people who may not have voted for him but who feel that they need a change in the current situation with regards to their health care and may push their representatives to vote for it?
Look, big picture, President Trump is facing tremendous political risk in this healthcare fight. He's stacked the legislative agenda in a way that if the healthcare push fails, he's going to have trouble getting other things done like tax reform and infrastructure. So when we've heard President Trump talk about this healthcare bill, it's been interesting. He's talked about pushing the bill forward, but at the same time, he said things like, I know that Republicans are going to take a political hit if they repeal Obamacare because it's going to fail anyway. And this is an interesting message. It's not something we usually hear from presidents who are trying to push a piece of their agenda. President Trump has believed that this health care issue is a political minefield for a long time. So it'll be interesting to see what kind of message he has for his supporters at these rallies, especially in Nashville, when he's going to be on his own at a campaign rally talking to his base.
Yeah, so the healthcare fight is going to continue to unfold, but taking center stage today will be the issue about Russia. Senators Lindsey Graham and Sheldon Whitehouse will be leading a public hearing on Russia's interference in the elections. What do you expect we'll be hearing today?
I think it's tough to say. I think that we're going to hear a lot of pressure from the Senate leaders on administration officials to start giving out more information about exactly what they're looking at. There's a lot of pressure on FBI Director James Comey in particular to reveal whether he is conducting an investigation into ties between Trump associates and the Russians. So, there have been reports that Senator Whitehouse, the ranking member of that committee, is saying that James Comey might come out and make a statement on that. That has not been confirmed by the FBI. But if that does in fact happen, that would be send a huge political shockwave through Washington.
Yeah, and Jordan, Senator Graham has also said this morning that he is willing to subpoena intelligence agencies for proof surrounding the president's still unverified wiretap claim. So where does that go from here?
Well, it sets up a major confrontation between the Congress and the administration over this Russia information, and it's having political consequences for the rest of President Trump's agenda. Another committee, the Senate Judiciary Committee, right now is considering the nomination of President Trump's pick for the number 2 at the Justice Department, and the chairman of that committee, Chuck Grassley, has said he's not going to go ahead with that until he gets more information that has been requested on a bipartisan basis about the Russia investigation. And this, since Attorney General Jeff Sessions has recused himself, this nominee would in fact be in charge of the Russia investigation. So this story is having huge impacts throughout the city.
All right, Jordan Fabian of the Hill, we appreciate the time today.
Thanks.